like I don't know why motherfuckers ain't red pill to society. Like it's just like this whole shit is a system. It's a way to live. It's a way to play, and it ain't about how you feel about this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole family of people that's making moves as a family. You know what I'm saying? You grew up
Family
probably
unit. Yep.
with your mom making all the decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Full autonomy. No knock to her. She doing what she got to do, but at the same time, it should be some. It should be a Rockefeller Rothschild normalcy in the black community, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And absent any understandings or um recognition of particular bloodlines, I wouldn't say that that doesn't already exist through the Boule, but I don't think we will be made privy to that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think there are high echelon melanated families, but the reason why we don't know about them is because it's designed that way.
Mm.
Because the one thing that we never really talk about when we talk about civil rights and we talk about that time period of desegregation and segregation and all of that, what is never really talked about is that not every black person felt that way. You know, it's the dude that was in the movie The Messiah, right? The one from Get Out. And
Mm.
and he essentially wasn't down with the Messiah shit. Like he was quick to turn state's evidence on him and all that. Like,
Mm.
like there are plenty of melanated people that don't give a fuck about the struggle and never have. They've avoided that shit like the plague since the beginning. And it, I don't agree with Brother Panic on much, but I agree with him on that. It's always been about blacks versus niggas. It ain't never been about black versus white. Look at the nigga
Oh,
right
so
now.
what you saying is this: it's a black race of people that don't fuck with another race of black people, and they don't give a like. If you think white people hate you, these black people hate you to death. Is
Yeah,
what you
they grew
said.
up with us because they grew up with us, bro. They seen how we act. You know what I'm saying? Like they grew up with us.
They hate you.
They
Okay,
hate you,
that's
bro.
that's crazy.
They
Cause
hate you,
we,
bro.
cause what's the propaganda? Black pride, black
Mm-hmm.
unity,
Mm-hmm. Black love, right?
black love.
Your family, right?
Hmm.
Not only do we not have any true, real representation of that being a staying power situation or longevity at all. Like we don't have longevity to look at from that standpoint of black love being this big, beautiful, wonderful thing that encapsulated everything and everybody. We find little pieces of it throughout our existence. You don't find a bunch of black people flourishing with each other and bigging each other up at the same time. No, you don't. No, you don't.
And even if you did, right, nigga be like, well, the BET Awards or some shit like that. Cool, whatever.
Even if we was stupid
What
enough to give you that, right? Go ahead.
what about the places where we could go as a melanated person? Because I would say get a loan
Mm-hmm.
or get education because we are melanated, specifically because we are melanated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like where's those institutions at is my question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. I would say, if we just looked at it on its bare back, bro, we could count over 100 millionaires that we know right now, right? Like we could
Mhm.
count 100 millionaires, right? But we can't count I don't know, a hundred millionaires that want to work together and put everybody on. We can't count motherfuckers that consistently put back into or started to create new and expansive places and projects for us to get into. Like we can't count that because almost everybody within the melanated community is an individual. There is very
Mhm.
little cooperation that exists there.
Mhm.
You make it, you made it because of everything that you did, nothing to do with anybody helping you, so forth and so on. That is the
Mhm.
that is the black community. And these people that we're talking about, that I'm talking about, aka within the Boule realm, these people are disgusted by our so-called culture. You know what I'm saying? Like they disgusted by the idea of Sexy Red being on the campaign trail or Megan Thee Stallion performing for the president. Like they're disgusted at that kind of shit. But you would never know it because they would smile in your face, they would shake your hand, they might even offer you some level of help, but they can't fucking stand you.
All right, where's the help at? Where's the black help for other black people? I'm just curious if you ever heard of such a thing.
I think it's too far in between, bro. I don't I don't necessarily feel like melanated people want to help melanated people. Because like I said, I think internally melanated people don't like the thing that they see in the mirror.
Let's just scale out to 15-year-old single mom. Where is she getting help from?
Hmm. Hmm.
18-year-old boy who mom been on drugs his whole life. He getting kicked out the house because he no longer on the system. Where can he go for help? He didn't ever. His school, they just online. He just had to choose between A, B, C, and D for 12 years.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only education he got. He 18, he on the streets, and all he know is whether A, B, or C, or D should be the answer. Where does he go for help as far as from his people?
If I answered that question straightforwardly, I would have to honestly tell you I don't know. Because my first response when you were formulating your question and everything was going to be
Hmm.
to reach across the aisle.
Say what? Repeat that.
My first response was going to be to say reach across the aisle,
What do that mean?
meaning go mess with the fair skinned people.
Ah, oh shit.
Because we talked about this all the time, right? Like growing up in your life and growing up in my life, we both agreed on this. And we lived two
Uh-huh.
totally different lives. You went from Boston
Uh-huh.
to Ohio to Detroit. I went from New
Uh-huh.
York to Philadelphia to Atlanta back to Philadelphia. Right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We both said this. How many the people that helped you the most in your life, what they look like?
Fair skin.
Same here. The people that hurt you the most in your life, what they look like?
Same color as me.
We can't make this up. We can't go to each other for help. Nine times out of
Look,
10, the
I
nigga,
got I gotta pay bills every day. You
yeah,
know, I do hood mystic because I love black people. I don't do hood mystic because it pays my bills.
but you are probably the exception to the rule. And you probably know that you're the exception to the rule, which is hence part of the reason why you are so passionate about what it is that you do and so consistent. But my point is, nine times out of 10, the person that looks like you that you ask for help, what are the odds that that person is going to judge you before they even think about lifting a finger?
Because of your aesthetic, how you look. And, black people, we get classified in real life. not on the internet. The internet is a different place. In real life, you get classified either as a Christian or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to rectify that in your disposition and how you move and coordinate yourself throughout life. Because if you operate as a Christian and seek freedom, you don't even have the skills and the tools to do so.
Nope.
So you under a specific ideology in reference to race, but there are no real see these different examples that I'm giving. I also know that the Jewish community has places that Jewish people can go, maybe to get a loan. Maybe they can't get a loan, but they can get information to get a loan,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? To get on their feet. They can get housing, they can get support. So that 18-year-old Jewish kid, if he does have heroin addicted parents, which can happen, he could go to the Jewish Community Center and explain his plight and circumstance and get aid. When we look at black men and women, black boys, black girls, they have no aid, they have no support, and the net that used to be there called social services,
Mm-hmm.
all of that shit is over with.
It's gone.
It's no good. It's no good 501c3s, foundations. Like when I was like, I know all of this stuff because I failed. I needed support, and the only people that supported me was my community, was my city,
Mm-hmm.
Columbus, Ohio. So living in homeless shelters, and I had to start my life from a homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm.
That's my start. That's where I started living from. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it, it shouldn't be that way. It should be something before the homeless shelter that black people can have, that we all know we could go to if we need to go there. It shouldn't be a mystery. It shouldn't be hidden. That's why I'm under the impression that our enemy is not even Caucasians.
No, it's not.
Our
It's
enemy is people that look exactly like us.
Yeah, our enemy has never been Caucasians, bro. If we actually want to sit down and think about it, like our enemy has never been Caucasians. From the time we were kids to the time we became teenagers, we were indoctrinated with the idea that we had to be extra good, extra better, extra fast, extra stronger, and blah, 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 because these people had it out for us. But the more you go through your life, even if you want to retroactively go back and think about everything that you've experienced in your life, 9 times out of 10, most of the strife and trauma and PTSD that you've been through in your life has come at the hands of someone who looks like you.
Because we can look at these white people all day. We can have the conversation, bro, from now until forever, talking about how white people enslaved us and pillaged us from Africa. But we
Mm-hmm.
also never had the conversation that if black people unified, it wasn't no way that white people could take millions of black people from Africa if black people didn't allow it to happen.
Ding, 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 ding.
Is we ever gonna have that conversation, or are we just
Yeah,
not gonna have the conversation?
yeah, because you're talking about a land mass of like 90 million, 90 billion fucking people, right? But a handful of fair skinned people get off a boat and they able to circumvent the entire continent. Like you're gonna have to make that make sense. Like even if they all had guns, they were vastly outnumbered.
You ain't gonna put enough white people on ships. It ain't enough ships
Mm-mm,
with enough white people
mm-mm.
that you could invade Africa and say, "All right, this is our place now."
No
The
way.
only way that I could see this happening is if black people didn't
Hell,
like each other to begin with.
yep. And that's
We
another
were we were at war, and then white people just instigated the war that was already taking place.
yeah, and that's the part of this conversation, big bro, because the other part of it is we never want to talk about how none of those tribes got along. Like those tribes didn't fuck with each other. If they did, how was an outsider able to come in and infiltrate?
And even if we don't get along, I'm saying we black people, we need to exchange information. We need to exchange knowledge.
Facts. Facts.
So what I'm saying is they didn't fuck with each other to the point that they didn't say, "Hey, it's some white people coming on these goddamn boats, nigga. Protect yourself." Or you know what I'm saying? They just like, yeah, they over here.
But
Get
you
they go to
know
sleep at 12
what?
a.m.
You want to know what's
Fried chickens.
the biggest caveat as to why though is because they were getting some of the spoils as well. Like
Oh yeah,
when
that's
the
the
woman when
facts.
the woman king came out, I love how melanated people brushed over the reality that we started selling ourselves into slavery before they came here.
Nah, they just wanted to champion somebody so bad that
They
they
picked the
didn't even
wrong
understand.
they picked I was just saying they picked the wrong tribe, bro, to make a movie out.
Nah, for real. Nah, for real. Cause that story is disgusting. But I feel like the concept of black unity being so ubiquitous is that we can't even see the shit that's directly in our faces. These
Mm-hmm.
black people that are fucking coons at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, Uncle Toms when they start the next day, right? And then go on that cycle from Uncle Tom to Coon, like interchangeably, as the leaders, as the like go between the dominant society, quote unquote, and us, where I feel that the dominant society have always been black people, but not all black people. Some black people.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no See, if the jig was up, then we assert dominance like this because black people already assert dominance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lower class like the I'm gonna bring this up. You can talk. I'm gonna look for this clip so I can explain it a little better because this shit is just making sense. Just talking about this shit, it
Yeah.
makes sense. Cause I
I,
only had to fight niggas going to school, bro.
that's it, bro. That's it, man. And we talk about it all the time with us starting businesses and all that. Here it is, you got four dudes in four different states starting businesses together, and we generally don't know each other from a can of paint, but we fuck with each other every single day. Mad consistent and trying to do something for the greater good, right? Not something that people can just talk about because niggas just want to get their rocks off. Like, nah, this shit actually means something to us, and we're actually doing it. So you trying to tell me niggas been around each other their entire lifetime, and y'all ain't start nothing together, bro?
Nah, man, and it's like motherfuckers call people brothers and shit. And it's like, man, some of these niggas we ain't make money with.
Yeah, that shit is a facade. Like, I ain't made no bread with you, bro. Then you not my brother. Like, we can't break bread together. Then how was you my brother? What, you only call, or I'm only supposed to call when I got some za on roll? Like, you know what I'm saying, like, it, it it don't make sense. If you get bread and I get bread, why the fuck we can't get bread together? The niggas always want to say silly shit like it's business, nigga. No, nigga, it's personal shit. Reason why y'all niggas can't coexist with each other. That's personal shit. And business is personal. So basically what you're saying is you don't really like me, nigga.
Niggas quick to
Like
bring
I
you in
said
on the beef,
earlier,
but not the money.
what you said, Andy?
I said niggas quick to bring you in on the beef, but not the money.
Come on, bro. Nigga will call you when somebody got the drop on him, right? But let that nigga come up on a bonus. That nigga, you won't hear nothing from that nigga. You hear from him after he spent the bread. Niggas kill
I'm
me
not I'm not cool with nobody that's not exchanging information.
at all. At all.
Cause that means that it's something that can help me right now and you ain't gonna tell me. For
Mm-hmm.
what? We gonna live and die. and it was something that you could have told me that you didn't tell me to help, but you feel like, oh, I ain't fucking with that nigga. Hey, he already got it figured out, or whatever the case may be. And all I'm doing is sharing information.
Facts. I call that short yellow bus shit. Like you gonna have to make that make sense for me. How is you this smart and this intelligent and you mess with this many niggas and all of y'all get money, but y'all families is fucked up. Y'all families is fucked up. Y'all niggas is riding around in that shit. Y'all niggas is putting that shit on. Y'all niggas is throwing that shit in the club, but y'all families is fucked up. You gonna have to make that make sense for me.
Cause it's a lot of niggas that make money off of destroying the community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you talking about Future?
You talk about every rapper since the beginning of the time.
It's a lot of niggas that sell dope, destroy black people for whatever reason. Like I get it, survival, but we adult men that decide not to sell drugs
Mm-hmm.
and still figure out a way to survive. So a conscience is saying what I when I didn't have conscience, I said they gonna get it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well get it from me.
Facts.
That's a lack of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
When you have consciousness, you don't perpetuate that which you know is wrong. It's called integrity.
Mm-hmm.
But black men don't have integrity. Listen, niggas will do anything when you're not looking at them. And
Facts.
then be like, yo, what's up, bro? No,
What's up?
no,
Ooh.
ain't no. And then when you talk about black men, people will say, dog, you can't say that. When you talk about black women, they say, dog, you can't say that. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to fucking say?
Word. If I can't say the truth, which is another thing that is perpetuated heavily in the melanated community, if I can't say the truth,
I could only dick ride.
like what? Those are my only two options.
Them is my only two options, dick and ride. Them is my only two options. If I'm critiquing because I see the world, it's races of people right now in your city and town that's not living the way that we live. And there's always been races of people that live correctly in your same city,
Mm-hmm.
but your kids don't go near them, you don't go near them, and you never know because all you know is your auntie and your uncles
Mm-hmm.
that ain't on shit but drinking and smoking every fucking weekend.
Facts.
But that's my family. I love my family. All right, let's conglomerize and let's run up a mill real quick. Let's just get a million real quick.
Real
Exit
quick.
strategy. Like let's just get a million. No, let's meet on the weekend and drink and smoke and have a good time and
Yep.
laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But times be hard, hood. We got to, man.
Niggas spend most of their time figuring out how to be entertained. Niggas want to be entertained, bro.
But
Niggas don't necessarily want to work for the shit that they get, neither. That's why when you turn your back, a nigga is willing to do anything.
That's one of the things that I learned later in life. You could accomplish anything if you just patient and stack and just stay to the course.
Stay to the court.
Nigga, for 10 years, I'm trying to figure out, all right, I'm stacking, but then I gotta go out and kick it one of them days, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them days I gotta,
I gotta
so
keep
you
things in the hood.
I gotta be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be you know what I'm saying? Like it's a psychology that goes on to whereas we want the
We want
easy route when the whole world is working.
out. Yeah, there's a reason why
Yeah,
when our people, our so-called people, have an issue with fair skin with the Jew the JEWs, like um it falls on deaf ears for me because I grew up in Brooklyn where um in their communities, bro, it'd be like 19 people living in one apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them is stay in that apartment till all of them get into college. Not
Mm-hmm.
high school, college. So that means
Mm-hmm.
from their adolescent ages all the way up to being 18, 19, 20, 21, they all in the same crib just stacking that bread.
Mm-hmm.
Just stacking that bread. And they
Mm-hmm.
do it every cycle. Every time somebody has a kid, they put all of the kids and all of those lesser families in the same building, and they all grow up together. And then once they get to a particular age, everybody has a chance to move on and move out. But that's how they build their communities. Like we always talk about it with, like the Mexicans and the essays, like they always be mad deep in the crib. There's a reason why they do that.
Man, we having 10 niggas
Yo,
on the
there's a
floor
reason
focus.
why they do that. It's funny to us on the outside. However, that shit is
I
so
need my own place. I need to be able to get cracked on the weekends. So
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
I gotta have sex on the weekends without nobody bothering me.
I need a free air mattress in the corner. Right?
Listen. If it's one room, if it's 10 rooms in the house, it should be 10 motherfuckers in that bitch.
That's a fact, bro. That's a
Nigga in the
fact.
kitchen, nigga in the basement, nigga sleeping on the stairs, nigga. Like
Yep.
this
Yep.
your room, the stairs, nigga. You
Yep.
when somebody move out, you can get the motherfucking bathroom. But right now you on the step.
We all gonna chip in for this one car, and that bitch gonna run on schedule, nigga. We gonna pick Junebug and them niggas up at 8 a.m. We're gonna drop such and such off at 9 a.m. We're gonna pick such and such up at 11 o'clock. Like that shit.
We got rotation on who paying for gas.
And we talked about this years ago, bro. This is why they say family is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Because you start that out early within the crib, and everybody is learning how to stack money together. Everybody is learning how to stay the course and be patient. Everybody is learning how to build one day on top of the other, as opposed to you get a chance to go outside and you just gonna go do anything so you can get a couple dollars in your pocket and get you some za.
That's why I'm happy I grew up on the East Coast because I seen that shit. When you grow up in like if you don't grow up in the East Coast, like you grow up like in basically anywhere else, maybe the West Coast a little bit, but yeah, the West Coast now because people renting out them rooms on the West Coast. That's how niggas say, "Yeah, I live in Cali." Nigga renting a room in somebody's house, nigga. Nigga is a roommate for real. Yeah, you live in Cali, all right, nigga. I know you. I know. I understand it now, nigga. Hey, but no shade, cause shit, the rent in Cali is starting at 3K.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Shit, I think I would have to get a roommate to go
Yeah.
to Cali, nigga. Shit.
3K to
Come on.
start. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But like in the East Coast, you seen every race of people.
Mm-hmm.
Every race of people live on the East Coast, and everybody live differently.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see how everybody live, you start to realize how fucked up your family is. Not
Mm-hmm.
as like your family's fucked up, but your family does not practice group economics. When you black, you be feeling like you gotta get away from these niggas. You
So
can't
much,
wait to get your own shit, right?
so much,
Can't
bro.
wait to get my own place so I can just fuck whenever I want to fuck, right? That's what it
Yeah,
boils down to.
bro. Like that's all a nigga wanted growing up, bro. And that's
That's all it boils down to.
part of the program, right? Like I just want my own crib so I can have in-house sex and drink and smoke when I want to and do whatever I want when I want to.
Facts.
There goes that shit again. Do whatever I want when I want to.
And the psychology is so real. I bet you people can listen to this and be like, yeah, that's how I thought. That's how I think right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's psychology. That's a spirit
That's
because it's other people who operate completely as a group, not because they want to, not because they think it's cute, nigga, because you have to.
Because
Heh,
you
how about that? How about that? How about you have to operate in some form of group economics? You can't. Nothing in this society is built upon you getting a solitary income and being able to support yourself.
nothing.
Even if you made 100K, and tell me what job you making 100K.
Man, what point will
What
it
job is hiring at 100K? Tell me, please.
Yeah,
Show me.
please do.
Shit,
Please
Hefe.
do. Fuck.
Exactly. You going to jail for a long ass fucking time. I be watching that shit on YouTube every day. Them niggas, listen, if a cop pulls you over and says, the reason I pulled you over is because you driving too close to this car, they already know you got dope in that bitch. You might as well tell them where it's at because you going to jail, nigga. They pulling you over because they know you got drugs in there. I watch that shit happen every single day. So I'm not. I watch jail shit just because I just know that that's not. I'm not ever going to do that shit
Yep.
because them niggas go to jail for 20 years off a brick of cocaine. 20 years, just one brick. No, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm all right, bro.
I'm good.
Look. Being Big Meech was good in the dream, nigga. Not in real life. I am
That
good.
nigga did a that nigga did a dub though.
That nigga did a dub, bro.
He
I
did
don't
a dub.
know how many kudos niggas give him for standing up and coming home, nigga. I guarantee you, if he had a chance to do it all over again, he would not.
He wouldn't do it. You not giving up 20 years of your life. That nigga would have got a job. He would have. It's no. I mean, some niggas is that crazy, right? Some niggas is like, and maybe Big Meech is that crazy because he made millions and millions and millions of dollars. But I know niggas that go to jail for a 20 ball, and it's a 20-year sentence. You 30 and you ain't coming home till you 50, nigga. That's 20 Christmases, 20 summers, and you ain't coming home, nigga, and somebody fucking your bitch,
Every day,
fucking fucking her.
fucking the
You know
shit,
what I'm saying? Fucking your girl.
fucking the
Like
shit out of her.
you
That nigga,
just in this bitch shit.
and he
Like
ain't got a third. He ain't got a third of what you got, and she giving him all the
oh
God.
yeah. And you in jail for 20 years. So you can just
And really, if he really wanted you, this, and that's what you just said too, consciousness and psychology. If he
mhm.
really understood the psychology, all he had to do was look at his fucking uncle, bro. His fucking uncle still ain't home. Larry Hoover will never come home.
And let me jump on your point. If he had consciousness or awareness, he would have bought low and sold high, just not an illegal substance.
Facts.
He would
Facts.
have bought socks. He would
Yeah,
have bought cardboard boxes. He would
bro.
have bought juice.
He could have been like Pablo Escobar and sold security. Listen, nigga, you gonna need some security to sell all these drugs. He could have just did that. But shit, his uncle ain't never, ever coming home. So if he really was looking for motivational for what to do right, he didn't have to look far.
Hey, that's some D shit, bro. Said he said, yeah. If you drive them close, if they say you drive them too close to this car, they already know what you got. Like, damn.
Yep, yep, yep.
That's their tactic. That's what they say. Because you ain't never got pulled over for driving too close to a car unless you had dope.
Unless you had dope, nigga. You ain't never got pulled over for a broken tail light, nigga. Unless you had some dope on you.
Unless you had dope. Nigga, I've been riding with the same broken tail light for 3 years, nigga. They
Nigga,
ain't never pulled me over because they know I ain't got no goddamn cocaine. You know what the fuck?
I ain't never get pulled over for driving drunk until I had dope in the car.
They know. They know. They
They
know.
know, bro.
Hello.
Hell,
Hello.
all these phones is tapped, nigga. They know.
They know everything.
If they knew back then, can you imagine what they know now? Like, can you imagine what they know now?
Excuse me, Mr. Maurice. You mind if we search this vehicle? You step out for a second. What? Y'all ain't never told me to step out and search before. Why
Never.
y'all want me to step out and search when I got dope? That was what's going on. Why y'all want to search? I got pulled over 20 times. Y'all ain't never said y'all want to search. Now I got dope. Y'all want to search.
Yo, it's like
Hold up.
it's almost like it's almost like you got a beacon on you and you just the only one that can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like in GTA and shit. You know? Like you got that little arrow pointing at you and shit. Like it's like everybody can see the arrow but you, nigga.
Man, like that gotta be something spiritual.
But even
the
that,
last time,
Some
the last time I jerked off. I got in the car. Nigga pulled me over. I said, I'm never jerking off again. I swear to God, on my soul. The motherfucking sheriff pulled me over. I said, "What the fuck? Y'all not even supposed to be pulling people over. Sheriff don't pull people over." I was like, "Man, this nigga jacking off.
yo.
I'm cool." That shit was in 2020, man.
Yo.
2020 was wild. The shit was. I was like, "Man, this simulation crazy. I can't do shit."
that boy said, "You know how fast he was going today?"
This nigga said, we did it. Do you got insurance?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "I don't think so. We did the test on your car. See, this car don't got insurance." I said, "Well, you know better than me, motherfucker. Leave me the fuck alone."
Telling
Motherfuckers
you,
know everything.
telling you need to do the job on your own, player. Do your own fucking job. But yeah, bro, I think I think it's not enough to say that we have almost always been our own worst enemies. Right? It's not enough to just say that. It's almost like we need to start saying that um niggas been on bullshit for a while, most of the time, and niggas don't really fuck with each other. And I would rather people just come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? Rather
Mhm.
than this big ass facade that niggas is creating, like unity was actually a thing that was obtainable, right? Like if unity was never our thing as a people, why was these niggas trying to make us unify all of this time? Or was that just talking salad type shit? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, we was up at the Walmart, and I just left out the Walmart thinking, like, man, the CIA really just did a motherfucking great job. Like these niggas is impeccable with this shit. Like
Yeah, them niggas did do a good job, bro.
niggas did a good ass job. I
They
see
really
fucking
did.
little ass kids and the fucking grown ass babies with fucking tablets glued to their motherfucking face. This nigga 10 years old. I don't think this nigga ever walked. He just in the fucking in the front part. Like nigga,
Hey,
walk.
hey,
Ah,
and that bit.
get the fuck out the cart, nigga. We at Walmart. Put the tablet down, nigga. We at fucking Walmart. Just walk with me while I pick up my shit. Your stupid ass don't need to be sitting there with the fucking tablet glued to your face while we at Walmart.
Yo.
Stare at motherfuckers like we used to do. Oh, like why you look so fat or whatever. Just start talking to people. Like my kids will talk to motherfuckers. Like you know what I'm saying? Like too much. Like all right, motherfuckers, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Kids don't got no social skills whatsoever. They are they are ticking time bombs, man. And it's like it's all by design. If we
Mm-hmm.
don't see the design, we fucked. Cause then it's like, oh, I give my kid a tablet all the time. What's wrong with that? Did kids create the apps that you using, or did strange white boys? Did kids make that cartoon, or some weird ass white boys? Oh, they just love this cartoon, do they?
Yeah,
They never examine why they do though. What's the subconscious undertones to this cartoon?
yeah. You don't see the little nuance glances, and the motherfucking silhouettes of the fucking body parts in that bitch. Like, yeah,
All that shit demonic, especially on YouTube. And let your kid just be on YouTube. You gonna hear some of the most craziest shit you ever heard in your life.
especially those kids that watch other kids play the game. Oh my gosh.
It's all fucked up, bro. It's all fucked up on YouTube. Like the whole shit is fucked up. Like and been fucked up for a while. And then guess what? Since we in the modern world, we just gonna add more fucked up shit. Like you said earlier, it ain't no real reset. Like it's an
Continue.
illusion of a reset because
Mhm.
the same shit is gonna keep going. Niggas is still gonna be looking for whatever suits their motherfucking fancy. And you a little ass kid, you need to learn and develop. You don't need immediate gratification.
At all. Like at all. Like you ain't been through shit. Why the fuck
You don't even deserve immediate
like,
gratification.
yeah, like
Little
motherfuckers
ass boy.
do shit and they like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I get to take a vacation. Bitch, what? What do you mean? You ain't been through shit. You got grown ass people in this world that ain't never took a vacation.
Working every day, 7 days a week. Never been nowhere.
Never
But
been
work
nowhere.
every day.
You got niggas that never left the state they was born in.
Bro, and do that shit all the way up to their 70s, man.
Like, can you imagine that shit? Never leaving the state you was born in? Fuck, bro.
I'm from
You
Canton, Ohio. I know niggas that ain't never left Canton. Like, fuck the state. They ain't never left the city. We be talking about Akron. They be like, oh, man, that shit too far. You're like, what the fuck, nigga? I ain't never even left Canton. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's people that ain't never left nothing for real. In Detroit, it's niggas that won't even leave the east side. Fuck, what are you talking about?
yeah.
I can't go to the west.
Yeah. I got ops over there, nigga.
I
What?
got yeah, them niggas don't like me over there. Like, wait, bro.
Like a nigga won't go to the gas station out of town, bro. Like,
If you got ops, you need to go to a different city.
yeah, that's it. That's it. You need to go somewhere where people don't know you, man.
Fuck
That's
all
it,
that. I'm not about to be living in fear.
bro. I'm not about to be living the entirety of my existence around 300,000 people. Like I'm not about to do that.
Homie,
Mm-mm.
imagine everywhere you go, you gotta wear a shiesty because niggas trying to, yeah, it can take your head off. Like,
Oh my gosh. And niggas
Oh shit, there go AD right there. Like, fuck.
yeah, like come on, bro. Like
niggas really gotta be on your like, and to
niggas
even
got
get money on your head.
these niggas got imaginary ops.
Like, what did you do to make niggas that mad for them?
Word. Like did you smash this nigga little sister or something? Like what did you do?
Well, nowadays it's the spirit,
Mm,
like spirit possession. You know what I'm saying? The rage. Like if a nigga kill you and you don't die, you gonna just possess your homeboys. So you possess your homeboys. Your homeboys is bloodthirsty, not
mm,
because they even want to kill. You got some niggas that never even thought about killing. Their best friend died. Now they a murderer, mass murderer, because they possessed by the spirit. So
mm, mm.
nowadays these
Isn't that
niggas are
what
possessed.
happened? Isn't that sort of what happened with King Von?
That's what happened with King Von and Lil Durk. But that's what happened with King Von. So they got T Roy. T Roy is the little short dude that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And when T
That's
Roy
the
got
one
killed,
over the edge,
they,
right?
hmm?
That was the one that sent King Von over the edge, right? T.
Right. That's where they got the get back gang from. But T Roy possessed, T Roy possessed King Von because it was T Roy and now V Roy, right?
Mm,
The same possession.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So but then, but the part about spirit possession don't nobody tell you. Right before you crash out, the spirit leave your body completely. So a lot of niggas in jail and dead, not even realizing why, because they got possessed, because they don't even understand spiritual things. Especially when somebody died, that grieving process is so severe that if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have professional help, you more likely to crash. But all of these niggas, they done killed each other, man. Like
Word.
they didn't eradicate a whole populations with this gang warfare. And at a certain point, they gonna just kill each other out. At a certain point, it ain't gonna make sense. It'll be two niggas like, man, it was 100 of us. Now it's just me and you. You
Yeah.
might as well just stop this shit, man. This shit's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually.
I can totally see that shit. Because I was thinking about that shit with the whole Chirac shit. Like, what spirits went down over there that sent them niggas in a flurry over there? But I
And think
also
about it,
know
bro.
the
Keith
Alphabet
got out
Boys. I know also know the Alphabet Boys started a lot of those shootings to pit the neighborhoods against each other. So that shit wicked.
Mhm.
we gotta know how like Chief Keef the only person that really left that shit
And he
alone.
left that shit. He dropped the bomb and left that shit almost immediately. Immediately, once that shit hit New York from Shot Town, that drill shit, he was ghost. He was gone.
But he's still alive though.
Yeah, he popping. He do fashion now.
But see, that's why when you got beef, you're just supposed to leave the city. You'll still be alive.
That's it. And that's what he said too in the interview, yo. He was like, yo, everybody was coming for my head. And they got to a point where I didn't know who I was supposed to fight. So I just left. That gotta be difficult, bro. Psychologically, when everybody you fight look like you. That gotta be hard, man.
I don't think I could live a life where black men gotta hunt me down and I gotta hunt other black men down. I don't think I could live a life like that.
At all. At all. Because I know for me, I care about too many fucking people.
Hmm.
If somebody really wanted to get to me, they would just get to my people. You know what I'm saying? You could do whatever the fuck you want to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm more concerned about my people. So like my idea of that shit would be like devastating, bro. The idea of ops going after my family. Like, what? Just show up at your little cousin's school or something, or show up at your aunt job, and you're just like, what? Nah, son. Nah, nah.
I
Nah.
could hate you,
It's for them.
Yeah,
but I don't want nothing to happen to your kids. Like not something like I don't want your kid to be hurt that they don't got their dad.
word.
And you could be the worst person in the world to me, but I just think about your kids. Even if you don't got kids, I think about your future kids.
And I don't
Like,
think there's anything worse, or rather, I don't think there's anything more difficult to deal with than a vengeful spirit.
man, that shit is the worst type of spirit, man.
Because it will never stop, and there is no lengths that spirit is not willing to go to. Like, it'll never stop.
A vengeful ghost or a vengeful spirit, it is said to be the spirit of a dead person who returns from the afterlife to seek revenge for a cruel, unnatural, or unjust death. That's what them niggas is dealing with. This is what all the young people, all the young gang members is dealing with from LA to New York. They
Hmm.
dealing with vengeful spirits and vengeful ghosts, and they don't know what they fucking with because you can easily be possessed by a spirit. A vengeful spirit is unstoppable. But see, the reason why I'm saying this is because most people don't believe in this shit.
No, but yet still in all, there is actually a definition for it. So
Mm.
what makes it super weird when motherfuckers try to point to this stuff and be like, "Oh, that shit ain't real." but yet you can find a definition for it. Like literally, you can go through your Googles and find a definition for it. Like that should tell you something, bro. Why did they make a definition for something that's not real?
For all of
And
like
this is
in China and all over the world.
All over.
Go ahead.
not
Go
for
ahead.
real. Not for real, because it's like you see all these other cultures got different meanings, different styles, but it's like then when it comes to us, it's like we don't got nothing. You don't think that's like a fluke? You don't
Yeah.
think that's a hijack?
Gotta be a hijack. You know, nobody more spiritual than melanated people. Fair skinned people don't even have a concept for afterlife.
And thing is, speaking of what you just said, I ran to somebody. All I know is uh some reason they got to mentioning how like yeah, it's that melanin in you. That's why you guys are so kind and everyone loves y'all. And they just left it at that, walked off. It's like even they know it to extend some shit. I don't know.
Was she
I
being condescending or? I'm just wondering, like, was she being sarcastic or like?
Nah, because the situation, it was a pregnant lady and she had like dropped a whole bunch of stuff and like a whole bunch of other dudes just walked past her. I just helped her out. And she was just like, yeah, those those white guys are not like that. There's always black men that always take care of women and shit. That's just the response I got.
And and I think that's where it gets super weird and eerie for me. Because like I feel like we are we are very we have the capacity to be very loving and understanding people. We just don't practice that shit with each other.
Because when you do, niggas be like, you better get your head ass or you better get your I want to be there for people. Like it's somebody gets turned into a joke and niggas laughing at you for it.
Yeah, there's something melanated.
Like that's the spirit, that's the spell, bro.
There's something we got with this whole being cool shit, and you know what I'm saying. Like there's something with that. You know what I'm saying. Like I know that's a spirit too, where a nigga got to look a certain way and act a certain way and talk a certain way.
They
Like
said
what they call it, mojo.
Tupac did that shit. Right? I was listening to this interview with Vlad TV and Michael J. White. And they were just everyone's basically saying how Tupac, he was a cool, soft, loving guy until when he played Juice and everybody loved him from being a hard nigga, he ain't switch up after that. Don't quote me, but I'm just sharing my thought and what I had saw recently with that. And it kind of made me think like, like we gotta see how all these narratives of people being hard or being this way is like what happened to the Prince type niggas.
Yeah. Like what happened to the Tribe Called Quest type niggas? The far side.
They out here. I be at the gym. I be seeing like eccentric black niggas out there. They just not getting no ass. You feel me?
The backpack niggas.
Yeah, they just love each other. You know what I'm saying? No homo, but
No homo. They just there for each other.
they there for each other. They got each other's back. Pause.
I got your back, player. I got your back.
But this world really got deduced into
They
like
call niggas emo niggas. They call them emo.
emo, punk rockers. But it's like black people, we more focused on the cool niggas.
That's
If
it.
you ain't a cool nigga,
Yeah.
you don't even exist.
Ain't nobody checking for you if you ain't cool. I think that's the reason why Drake will never be fully accepted. Right? Because niggas is like, you alright, but you ain't really down, right? Like you ain't had sugar water and mayonnaise sandwiches, right? Like you're not really down. Like you understand the down, but you're not really down.
Because I think we look at a nigga's ability to make it through adversity to stake his claim in the universe.
What
And we also
is
see
that?
niggas that get it, because we see niggas get it handed to them, and we don't respect the nigga that get it handed to him. We respect the nigga that have the ability to get some women, you know what I'm saying? The women like them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not you buying pussy or no shit like that. Like girls like you for you type shit. We respect that. We respect a nothing to something person
Mm-hmm.
because in this world it's so easy to fake and fraud, and a lot of people got trauma from niggas who look the part but don't have it deep within them.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is just trying to figure out who's the realest. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the
Yeah.
realest nigga
Yeah.
of them all? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we all try to figure out. And I made a post on this. It was on Say Cheese. And I'm like, when have you ever seen black people throw a party for a nigga that became a civil engineer?
Phew.
Like, like
Whew.
he became a civil engineer. Let's have a worldwide party for him. He gonna build the infrastructure for the next 20 years so we can get from to and fro. Let's throw him a party. Have you ever heard of that?
Nah.
Fuck no, baby.
Nah. That's crazy.
But Big Meech, his official welcome home party concert has been announced.
I
Stars of all stars, just
never.
lining up to celebrate.
I have never. I have never heard of a parade for a nigga come home from jail. I've seen the mob do it in movies, like, but I've never. But I mean, they are the black mafia, so I guess they are the mob, right? So
Hmm.
that makes it
Hmm.
that fits. But yeah, I've never seen no shit like that. You'll never see no shit like this for a nigga that got a 4.6 GPA and a doctorate, motherfucking MBA, and like you'll never see that for a nigga like that. Never. Oh, but you got your hands in over like 1,000 deaths, and you done sold 600,000 kilos of coke. Oh yeah, you gonna get a parade when you come home.
Hmm. How many families you destroyed? About 1,000? Hey, let's throw this nigga a welcome back party.
It gotta be hundreds of thousands. It gotta be hundreds of thousands.
Drugs ruin families at whatever and whatever, people can sell Coca-Cola, people can sell cigarettes, and whatever. But there is a certain point where, we got to be accountable for our part that we play in the destruction or the upliftment of melanated people. Because I feel this is my personal opinion. I might be wrong. We all goddamn part of the same snake. So if I'm doing something wrong, that means it affects the whole snake.
1,000%.
Mm.
And that is the instruction that we have forgotten. There is not one thing that one motherfucker does that puts them above the crew or beneath the crew or separates them from the crew. We are all in the fucking crew. However, niggas just spend the entirety of their existence avoiding the fucking crew. It's like there's no level, no level of work that you're gonna do that's gonna separate your melanin from everybody else's melanin. This shit is all one melanin.
That's the thing. That's the crazy part about ego-centered
Bro,
people. It's
I'm just
like, dog, don't you know
oh,
we the same?
We the same, bro. I feel what you
but
feel.
niggas
I
love
see
living in
what
a
you
world where
see.
they
I go through what you go through. Like we are all the fucking same. But I think so many niggas collective. I think the collective unconscious is such a a foreign concept for us, for people in general, but especially for melanated people. That by the time we get to that point where we can get a strong collective of people to understand that we're all connected, motherfuckers will be on. They'll be on to something else.
Hey, Serpent, the collective unconscious ain't real though.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's a
yeah,
definition, but it ain't real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the sad part.
That's the sad part, bro. So it's like when we talk about the collective unconscious, when we all have access to it, but the ego is going to completely move you out of understanding that you connected to everybody in the whole universe, in the
Hmm.
whole entire universe, every god, goddess, deity, entity, ant, rodent, platypus, whale, shark, microbacteria, parasite, lion, bird, cloud formulation, water
Hyenas, nigga.
molecule.
You connected to hyenas, nigga. Like the
You
fuck.
connected. You connected to everything
All the
through the
fungus too,
collective.
nigga. All the fungus too, nigga. Like you can't just take the glamorous shit with you, nigga. All the fungus too belong to you too.
But once again, we're not going to be educated on the collective unconsciousness and how it actually works or how you actually deal with it because we are individualized people by
Hmm.
design, by rule at
You,
this
mo-
point.
you motherfuckers think that capital I is real.
Live by it though. What you mean?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Everything is about you shit. I gotta get my own place so I can be on my own, do my own thing. How many times you heard that in your lifetime?
Every fucking day.
I don't need nobody telling me shit.
Every fucking day. I could do whatever I want.
Who the fuck is you talking to?
You can't be talking to me.
I know you're not fucking talking to me.
You talk to your mama
But
with that mouth?
listen, I know you talking about group economics, but I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga for nothing. Period.
She got all the bread in the world, and she living in a beautiful house on top of a burning building.
I
What's
don't need a nigga for nothing.
what what what
Listen.
You
what,
nigga for
what they
nothing.
say? These niggas really be bitches to me. Like I straight up call a nigga a bitch because that's what he is. Like I say that shit so easily, like bitch.
Yo, I swear to God, yo, I see why niggas be crashing out, bro. I do. I do. The way these broads talk to these niggas. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sometimes I just be gasping, bro. Like, no, she didn't say that. Yo.
But see, that's the thing though. At what point is there any ideology for a person to understand and respect a man and vice versa when we go to schools every day with boys and girls in the same school? We not respecting each other's differences. We looking at each other like they the ops or competition.
Yep.
Vice versa. We in the same classes, going to the same school. That to me is
Mhm.
a travesty
Yeah.
of failure in social engineering.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest mistakes is to put developing boys and girls in the same classroom.
The worst.
We're trying to learn, but my raging ass hormones won't allow me to. And
Oh.
these girls is wearing nothing but leggings and shit.
Mhm.
Nowadays, I can only imagine.
Can only imagine.
I remember in
And
school, bro,
what?
they used to make sure they said, yeah, put your shoulder up, no tops that let your shoulder show, and because you had them sweaters that was showing. They made that all that shit put up. They know how niggas get down. Can't have a
All they
no.
gotta do is
Now,
slide that shit down. Like, yeah, I think that's the worst, bro. I totally agree. And that shit starts from fucking what, pre-K kindergarten?
Ever since you going to
mhm.
school, you're sending your kids to school with see it, but you never. And then when we have conversations on how you going to treat a man, how you going to treat a woman, just like the motherfucking kids that I went to school with, like they ain't shit for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You were trained since birth to not respect the other gender. You were trained like that. And that shit is part of the system. Because these motherfuckers hoping that they could social engineer your ass to a point where they just eliminate all genders and y'all just all be hermaphrodites.
Bro, I think it is like, don't they like somewhat fuck up the women when they give them pink, even though
Mm-hmm.
like pink is a masculine color.
Give them what? Oh, pink.
Yeah, you know like how they at boys be like our color blue, they color pink.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, like on a deep occultist level, you know, like pink is still a family of red, and you know a lot of people think that pink represent love, but it don't.
Yeah, ain't got shit to do with love.
But see, this is the thing, right? If men create,
The only time you see it though
create
is on Valentine's Day. My bad, go ahead.
if men create the world, right,
Mhm.
then they define what a man is, what a woman is. If women not creating the thing, then we don't even really know the full complexity of feminine energy because men have not took the time to figure that out. So this whole entire time, right, I've been studying like the menstrual cycle or whatever.
Mhm.
Like when a woman have a period, she losing like 40. Some women lose 20 to 50% of their normal energy output is diminished or depleted. So if women created the rules, they would not be working on the days that they have their period. But since men create the rules, you gotta work 5 days a week, 9 to 5. And who give a fuck if you got a period? Why don't I not factor in a woman's period when I'm creating the rules? Because I don't have a period and I don't need to factor it in.
Mm-hmm.
So when we discuss with women, a lot of times, I don't even think us as a society even know what the fuck we be even talking about because all of our views come through the filter of masculinity and patriarchy in a the most derogatory way. Where remember we talked about earlier, how do I know that you don't fuck with me? Because you don't exchange no information with me.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not telling women about their hormones and their endocrine system,
Mm-hmm.
what does a woman even know about herself?
That's a mic dropper because you know um um how important that is to the content that you do and the content that we do, and you're the only person online that I have ever heard speak about the woman's menstrual cycle and and the level of significance that isn't even generated towards that, and how much the women probably don't even know about its importance. So therefore, if the women don't know, the men definitely don't know. But yet, still in all, you still got two genders running around telling each other what's a real man and what's a real woman. That is a psychotic conversation.
It's what's called debased,
Yeah.
debased.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a base. If women created the whole structure of society, we might have a chance. But since no, they didn't even ask women when they was writing all of these books that we love and study so much. And oh my God, this knowledge is so profound. Did you read this book, that book? And it's all a bunch of niggas writing it. What was women's thought processes in the 1750s?
Mm.
Do you know?
Just give me one
I for
chance.
sure. I
Just give
don't
me.
fucking know.
I don't fucking know. But if I had to guess, they was like, yeah, just let us get our foot in.
Like, let me say something. Let me do something. Let me say something. Even bad to the point like Shakespeare might have been a woman, but
Mhm.
we would never know because that's what's called sexism,
Mhm.
where a woman could do something and you don't even think she could even do it
Yep.
because the society got you so brainwashed to think that women was just, you know, just sitting
Docile.
in the back. Yeah, just cooking and cleaning and shit. Not writing poetry. You know what I'm saying? Saving a free world.
Yeah, yeah, like it's such a foreign concept to anticipate a woman being able to read and write for herself. Like that's crazy, bro.
What was the Black Panthers um basically his private army called?
Mm.
Mm.
Because it was all women that practically protected a nigga.
Oh,
Oh, you talking about the movie? I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the actual black. See, that should be
no,
crazy.
that was real life. The Black Panthers had a female security squad. Yeah, Huey
Mhm.
Newton's security was all women.
See, and then the movie is like that shit too. But I'm talking about like from an ancient aspect too, like the Amazonian women they were trying to explain within the movie of Black Panther. I just can't remember their name. It started with a D.
The Dora Milaje.
Yeah, Dora Milaje. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that we know how capable a woman is because we've been so indoctrinated and conditioned into formulating severe opinions that if you condition into thinking away, your body will metamorphosize into what you think it could actually do. But if you was actually in the gym, lifting heavy, or what, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of women don't even understand their full potential when it comes to the fact that patriarchy have scripted the reality that we live in, and they
But
wasn't factoring you in when they was scripting the universe. Go ahead.
and it's like the very thing of religion that most of the women study teaches them that they're the problem, and then when they get their cycle, it's like the biggest curse on the wall. Like it doesn't even show them the strength of it. Like
Right.
that's part of the key too.
Yeah. I mean,
The
we
crazy.
all are a result of menstruation, so
Mm-hmm.
that tells you how powerful it is. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say the crazy part is that um she is good enough to do everything now. But in the beginning, they always like to point back and say, you know what's the oldest profession is prostitution. And that's systematic as well. That wasn't because that's the only thing the woman can do. That was because that was the only thing patriarchy would allow her to do.
Hmm.
That was the only thing that they were the only way that they would even allow her to make money. Like I say it all the time. Like I think fair skinned white people, I mean fair skinned women should really have more of an issue with fair skinned men than they do because they weren't even given their right to vote until we got the right to vote.
Hmm.
So yeah, is there's a lot more to be said with that. You said a mouthful. The fact that not only do we not know the full capacity and capabilities of a woman, but neither do they.
Mm-mm. And if you do, you might be come across as crazy. And then you got to rectify the fact that you feel crazy within a society that's willing to demonize you for wanting to explore your full potential.
Hmm.
You a crazy bitch because you want to drink your period blood. That's crazy. That's nasty. Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a reason why Pascal only surrounded himself with women. There was a reason why he put his focus on sex magic. There was a reason why he understood how important that gateway was. And I'd have to agree wholeheartedly with you, big bro, and say that before I could ever personally get to a point where I would want to even remotely think about calling the female down to the carpet to be held accountable, how about we figure out what she's capable of first? Because I think we've held her back. If you really want to ask me, you know what I'm saying? Like I think we've held her back.
And I would say to this comment, I'm not talking about them ruling the civilization. I'm talking about them defining what their potential looks like without us. Like, because if I'm saying I want to work out at the gym and I want to like maximize my life potential, and somebody say, "Well, you know, you're not supposed to do that because X, Y, Z," I would be like, "Nigga, the fuck up." You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even ask you for your opinion.
At all.
That's all I'm talking about. And I feel that patriarchy and male validation prevents women from understanding their true potential based upon the structure of society and what it conditions you to do and what it conditions you to think. If you are told that you are docile and domestic, you'll never get out into nature and tap into your primal side. But what
Yep.
if you do have a primal side?
Yep.
You don't think you would be happy exploring your primal side?
Word.
But
Word.
niggas said that you need to be in the house cooking and cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
So you said, well, hood, I need to cook and clean. I can't be exploring my primal side. Then I'm saying you don't even understand your full potential. I'm
When
not
you
talking
said
about
when you
I'm
said
not talking about being a president of the United States or no shit like
yeah,
that.
when you say it like that, that make me think about what type of shadow we've created within the woman
Ooh.
during this time, right? Like what type of shadow have we created within her because we've only told her that she has a specific role and any deviation away from that role makes her
And
less.
not to cut your wisdom to benefit the man in the family.
Hmm.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, yeah. And
Anything she does to benefit herself is demonized.
it's demonized. It's demonized. And that is, yeah, that's the part where I always turn off from Anton and red pill talkers, right? Like, cause bro, you're not gonna be out here just living the philanderous life, bro, and she's just gonna be at home waiting on your beck and call, bro. Like that is the dumbest shit to me. It just is. Just for the simple fact that why is she supposed to be limited and you just supposed to run around the earth spreading your royal oats and she's just supposed to be good and that's it. Like that is a huge imbalance, bro. And it's a no wonder that we are disconnected spiritually. It's no wonder.
I would say in each and all of our bloodlines, there was a man and a woman, and at a certain point in time, that man got killed in battle, and that woman had to kick on her survival instincts, or neither one of us would be having this conversation right now, because one of us or what all of us would cease to exist if it wasn't for women to tap into their uh primal survivalistic instinct
Mm-hmm.
that is only brought about when she don't have no other choice.
Yep.
So the conditioning that men provide is that of protection and provision,
Mm-hmm.
which is only good when it's good. But if it's not good, then how are you going to protect yourself and how are you going to provide for yourself if there is no man?
Mm-hmm.
Should you not explore this with the man, or should you just wait till a nigga get transitioned off the earth to then start developing your your primal instincts?
Yeah. Yeah, she needs to be given a space. Well, she needs to be reminded that she already has the space to explore and to be as creative as her heart's desire. And
Facts.
and anything that impedes that is just not for her. Like it just isn't. You know what I'm saying? We can talk until we blue in the face about all the sex in the world that niggas love to have. But the conversation is never about anything outside of what can you do besides this up and down move you do. Like we don't talk about anything else. Everything is about this up and down motion, just sticking the plug in the socket and pulling it out. Like everything is about that weird shit, right? Let's just masturbate with each other's bodies, right? But let's not connect with each other emotionally. Let's not understand feelings. And let's not understand my motherfucking menstrual cycle, nigga. Like my shit is the fucking ticking time clock for the entirety of the world, right? Like the sun goes up, it goes down according to my fucking cycle, nigga. Like this shit's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy, you know. But I would just say, like, don't don't get caught up in the matrix. Like, really understand that there is a deeper aspect to this whole entire shit. And like, Spirit has sent me like this image of showing me natural and modern life. And it was very simple how the natural world has checks and balances, right? Have points of like the winter, right? Makes no sense to the modern mind, right? Because it's cold, whatever. We want it to be just tropical, whatever, or just perfect. So when we walk in our house, your house is never cut on to cold temperature. What is your house? It's always at a moderate temperature, a comfortable temperature, because human beings don't. We have been conditioned to be disconnected from the world that we actually live in. Our cars got heat, our houses got heat, and everything is at this moderate, sensible level. While it could be a fucking ice storm outside and you oblivious to it. We don't have the checks and balances no more. If it ain't comforting, then we not fucking with it. And therefore, when we talk about real life, to the average person, you go out on a date with somebody, you meet somebody, they only having a conversation about comfortable. Either they not comfortable, or they too comfortable, or they trying to get to being comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even trying to understand the world that they actually live
Mm-hmm.
in real life. Because wherever you at is somebody outside, got to brave that temperature, don't have no solace, and they got to figure out how to build a fire, right? How to survive in serious circumstances. Well, what we don't realize is that we are in a serious circumstance right now.
Mm-hmm.
This world is in a very serious. This country is in a very serious state. You need to not be like hunky dory. Everything gonna work out fine because 2020 should have showed you that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And all of the niggas that got an issue with the way that me and my brothers talk, I'm here for all of the smoke. I need to let y'all know we don't operate under an either or paradigm. So there is no concept within the way that we move and operate that has any room for a us or them mentality, right? Everything works in cohesion and through cooperation. It is not us against women. And if that is your mindset, yeah, you should start. You should keep scrolling to another side of the fence, right? Because it's never going to be about us against them. That's the motherfucking problem right there. You motherfuckers want to be the first at everything and the first to do nothing. Like y'all can't coexist with your own race, let alone your own genders, let alone your own households. Like y'all niggas need to stop this I versus them shit.
I remember what I was going to say. I would be with girls, and you might be telling your girl, like, dog, you need to get a job, you need to get some money, you need to do something, right? If I'm with a chick, I'm like, yo, you need to really get into some fucking magic.
Mm-hmm.
Really get into some ritual shit. If you with me,
Yep.
we giving you, we got books, we got journals. Get into some magic, get into some rituals. Cause you know what? When she do that, that's the job. That's the work. So
Yep.
it's like it's just, and what I'm talking about is that what your soul tells you to do is way more powerful than what I'm telling you to do.
Mm-hmm.
But are you providing the space and the energy for that woman to get in tune to herself? A lot of niggas get with girls and they put the pressure in you. You know, I'm 50-50. You know, you got to be working. I can't deal with no broke girl. Knowing damn well that you don't even operate like that. You just love,
Mm-hmm.
right? You just want somebody, right? So not to say you want anything on a negative sense, but if you really wanted to like your girl to really help you, have her understand her menstrual blood and her spirituality because that is way more powerful than anything that a man can ever produce. Unless you bleeding, nigga. You niggas is bleeding now. Stop, stop comparing yourself to women.
Yo.
If you don't have no menstrual blood, it's like a lion saying that I could fucking bite a lion. Lion gonna whoop my ass. That's just what it
Facts.
is.
Facts. Like I could bite that nigga all I want. It ain't gonna hurt. Like his shit gonna hurt, nigga.
His shit gonna fuck me up. It's gonna be real fucked up if me versus lion. So I'm saying that to say women have menstruation every month, but we have been once again. This is the thing. If the patriarchy creates the standards and the rules, and within the standards and the rules is no addition to menstruation,
Mm-hmm.
that's because the patriarchy don't piss blood out every month.
They
So they
don't.
didn't factor it into the bylaws.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck because they don't. They ain't got to do that shit.
So when you say, well, what about menstruation? The patriarchy say, oh, that's bad. Why is the menstruation bad? Because I don't have it, right? I can't get it. That's why it's bad. But when we understand, just get Judica Illis book and read about any goddess. I'm saying 90% of the goddesses in that book, they deal specifically with menstruation. Not, I said 90% of the goddesses in the Judica Illis book deal specifically with menstruation. So what is that telling you? That most of your power is in your menstruation. What's the problem? You hate when you on your period. You hate it every time it come around. You get PMS. You start getting cramps. Your fucking face start breaking out. You like fuck. I'm having my fucking period again. Don't talk to me. This, that, and the third. Actually, you should be like, all right, let me get my diva cup. I'm about to do this ritual. I'm about to bake this cake. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, do all this shit with my menstruation blood. Why should you do it? Because that's the same blood that can create another human life. But what you doing? Just got it soaked up into a fucking tampon, and just gonna flush it down the toilet. That don't even make sense, babe. A lot of your problems come from not even working with your menstruation blood. And then not even understanding what it is. So you let niggas raw dog it, and then the menstruation blood is now tainted, right? So you gotta make sure not to not have sex, but make sure you either steaming or some type of hygiene to keep that menstruation blood. What is Jesus born out of? Virgin, a virgin birth, meaning no
Pure.
cum in that blood,
Pure.
pure blood, right? And then that's what you use to do magic. That's what you use to do spells with. You could drink it. You could put it on your face. as an ointment. You can add it to your baked goods. It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Girls add it to their spaghetti. That's evil. That's voodoo. That's witchcraft. But then we could go to church, eat a fucking cracker, drink some juice, and then be like, yeah, this is right and exact. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Like, wait, you just ate the body of Christ and the blood of Christ.
Wait a
What is
minute.
that an allusion to? But no, the blood is every month though. You ever notice that? Is Jesus a man or a woman now? If
Fat.
we can drink his blood every month.
That's
Because
that's
Yo,
a
did
conversation.
a man did
Fat.
a man piss out blood or no?
That's
Would I miss something?
yo,
because the how do we know that the parting of the Red Sea wasn't just the parting of her legs?
It seems
it's,
like, a lot of this religion is taken from honoring and worshiping the goddess and then filtered through a man's eyes. That's why they so OD with God being the father in the motherfucking book. That's why they make it a point to make sure that you see God as a man. But the mode of God is through the woman, through childbirth and menstruation. Men, we are the seed, but women are the actual embodiment of the archetype of what to say made in the image of us. See, the reason that women are the embodiment of the goddess archetype because they are the carrier of life the same way as a divinity would be the creator of life. Men can't carry or create life without women and vice versa, but women can create life without men. It's called parthenogenesis. Real life species in the real world, like you said earlier, is definitions for parthenogenesis, but that ain't real. My fault.
Mhm. Yeah. We only got eighth grade reading levels, and so I don't even know how we got this far.
For real.
hey,
I ask myself that shit every
are
day.
you talking about
I
the
barely
encyclopedia of
graduated high school.
spirits?
What you say, bro?
You talking about the encyclopedia of spirits of Julia Elks, right?
hmm hmm Just look up any goddess. I bet you would have some type of allusion to menstruation.
It's all connected in that weird way. Yeah, we could have this conversation for 3 more episodes. I could care less if y'all don't like this conversation.
Oh shit. Do you see this shit, man? The word parthenogenesis come from the Greek words partheno, meaning virgin, and genesis, meaning birth. Parthenogenesis means virgin birth. Are you fucking kidding me right now? And Jesus was born from a virgin birth. Like, what are they alluding to, bro?
And this makes people understand the Sophia story easier of how Yada was born.
No, they need to they need to look up asexual propagation.
Mm-hmm. That shit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. It's all pussy connected. So
Her
everything connected to pussy.
her thoughts are that powerful, nigga. Like she let them shits ruminate in her head for I mean in her consciousness for so long. Like she could just create a whole nother fucking world, my nigga.
Listen, and this is why you love black women, but you probably might love a black woman from a distance because you like, bitch, you too powerful. You
Mm-hmm.
go ruin, you say like, nigga, I don't want you to be successful, bitch. I'll be fucking not successful, bitch. I gotta just stay away from your ass. Like, just act like I don't exist because your motherfucking powerful ass
Respect.
going vicarious, respectfully, motherfucker. Like, let me take a couple steps back because you don't like me right now. See, if you love me, we can work some things out. But you start hating me, I'm gonna have to keep my distance because your ass. I done seen too many motherfucking black women hex a motherfucker, and I see it. It's a powerful force of energy, bro.
Listen,
Kevin Samuels is not on Earth because
for
black women said, you know what, nigga, vamoose. Nigga, the black women said, nigga, we don't want you on Earth no more. This nigga got up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when Kevin Samuels died, you'd have thought motherfucking they hit the lottery. Bitches was toasting Hennessy, like cheers. Crazy. Well, Rod, he got up doing this
My
heard,
fault. My shit
heard a
got my shit
nigga
was frozen. I just ended up back where I see myself at.
I seen somebody said like, man, they be coming up to Rod asking them all types of shit. He'd be like, all right, be right there. He'd be saying Rod so cool that motherfucking multitasking, you don't even realize it. And then be like you be locked into the conversation, then you just dip out
Yeah,
like
I showed call him like, hey, I got this business plan. He was like, mm-hmm. The next thing I hear someone pull up, yep, here, I already got this done. Here you go. Then he come back to me like, yeah, I
Mm.
just sent you that website. I'm like, damn.
That nigga, a master multitasker, nigga. Oh man,
And when you was
but
talking
yeah.
about, your woman doing magic, bro, you think about the movie
Mhm.
The Matrix #2, uh, when they had everybody start waking up, people, whatever. Oh, the black dude that was on the pilot of the ship, his girl was doing magic the whole time. Like, all right, I'm from the prairie for you. I'm finna go. Oh, girl, she finna get these bees ready for me. I'm finna enchant this jewel. You take this with you. Then I'm finna cook up some herbs so you get back. Like,
You know, it's a thing that goes to life that nobody really talk about, where you have, I guess it's called favor of the Lord, where motherfuckers just like you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you can't really cultivate within yourself. You have to really be extroverted to get to a level where, for lack of better words, black women find favor in you. And, most people don't really understand it. So, the black woman is God. Let's just start there, okay?
mm,
If you don't understand that concept, then you won't understand shit. So, the black woman is God. Nobody is telling her that she's God. She don't believe that she's God, and that's the problem. So all I could ever do is tell a black woman that she is God in more ways than one, right? I could tell you a God from tell you 100 different ways that you a God, right? But I could tell you 1,000 different ways that you God. Now it's up to you to understand and understand the fact of your divinity. So when you dealing with a black woman, you are not dealing with an equal. You're dealing with somebody that is just more powerful than you because we don't live in a physical universe. We live in a spiritual universe. So men have more physical strength, but that is not going to save a nigga from you can't just muscle you can't just be like, come here, bitch. Let me love you. You know what I'm saying? You can't
mm,
force that. You have to actually understand some form of empathy to have a long standing healthy relationship. So with all of this being said, like the when you get into a relationship and you want to develop a healthy healing atmosphere for you and your children, you got to get a woman that is spiritual and willing to practice her spirituality. So what this might look like is you working. But if she's serious about the spirituality, she gonna have dreams and visions and wisdom that's going to uplift your family. Now, I'm not talking about shit that I'd never experienced. I'm talking about shit that I experience on a daily basis. It been times where my wife have burnt cinnamon and instantly I get a sale for my business. But I didn't burn the cinnamon though. She burnt it. Like I used to be real into my spiritual work. It's like when you get with a woman who is spiritual, it's hard for me to like do that shit now. Cause it's like if I ever played basketball and I thought I was nice, and then my girl just happened to be Michael Jordan, pause, right? I probably wouldn't even want to play basketball no more. You get what I'm saying?
Clear back.
I get exactly what you're saying, big dog.
You know, I told you that nigga was 7 rings away. I'm listening to a different phone. He on a different phone listening to the conversation.
This nigga is a master, motherfucking multitasker, man. What the fuck? This nigga said, I don't understand exactly what you fucking. You were just
Yeah,
talking to these niggas at work, nigga.
I'm over here doing head count and listening to you.
Oh, she
I
had
was
another
doing head count while y'all
phone.
niggas was talking.
That shit funny as hell. We just spoke that shit up, man. This nigga right on cue.
That's the
Yeah, dog. I feel you.
power of that timing.
You know you wasn't lying either, but that shit funny as hell, man.
Multitask, nigga, multitask.
Facts.
I could tell Serpent beats his chest in the morning and does his tongue. You gotta be on that type. I'm for real to multitask like that, bro. You gotta be on that type of time of really charging yourself.
I take advantage of my downtime. Let's just say that.
Mm, yes, sir.
I'm grateful that we got to have a menstrual conversation because I wanted to do this a while ago. And we
Mm,
set out to start there, but we got there though.
yeah. I mean, it's all. I mean, if you having a real conversation, it should end at menstrual blood, or you ain't had a real conversation.
Say that. Say that. And yes, I have ate menstrual blood through spaghetti knowingly and willingly. Yes,
Facts. Real niggas eat the spaghetti.
yes, I have.
So y'all
Yes,
be
sir.
running red lights.
Yes, sir.
Day one, I try to be like, nah, I'm gonna be cool. Day two, I'm just like, man, we in a routine. So it's like,
Yeah,
what are
like
we doing?
you can't mess up the
What are
routine.
we really doing? Like we
Yeah,
was on
like
a streak.
sheets ain't always gonna be white.
Like, listen,
Listen, you ain't really had sex unless you got it in the mud anyway. So
it's something very, it's something very comforting about a woman that you feel comfortable with enough to even communicate in that way.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it'd be some women who won't even come around you or deal with you because of whatever feelings. But when that boundary is gone, you know what I'm saying? It feels like, okay, this is my wife or this is the woman that I feel like if you having sex with a girl on her period, like you might as well, like you ain't single. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you gonna call it, but y'all not single.
Mm-mm.
Like that's a soul tie, my boy.
Far from
It is. Not this fictitious echo chamber shit niggas be calling soul ties.
Nah. This is a real deal soul
That
tie,
red
boy.
light.
Y'all
That's
locked
a soul
in.
tie. Yep. That's a soul.
You locked in. So that might even be marriage
Yes.
in a previous sense
Yes.
if I'm be right and exact about it.
Yeah, because certain certain niggas think you only supposed to have sex when everything clean and good. Like, gotta get to the nitty gritty of that thing. And there's a certain,
like
I think there's a certain level of insecurity that is created through society being so unaccepting and unwilling to just have the conversation about menstruation, that when a woman is when it's that time of the month for a woman, a lot of women get insecure about that. Not to their fault and not to anything that they have done, but that's what the program is about. The program creates a level of insecurity in the woman during her menstruation cycle.
I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing in the comments. They getting into it in the
They
mud.
said on the red is not the mud.
uh, but like what you were saying though is like having a conversation is not the actual thing. You feel
Mm-mm.
me? So think about the points of not even able to create no type of movement in your spiritual life because you don't even know that everything that you need is already a biological process. When you start talking about the biological process, you gotta deal with all of the months and months and months of you hating yourself
Mm-hmm.
before we can even have the fucking conversation. Because people can hear the conversation coming out my mouth, but it won't register because they have been hating their period since they was 12 years old
Mm-hmm.
and they 35. That's a 20 ball of hate.
You've been totally desensitized to the concept.
And every time it happens, you run into CVS to get chemical laced products that even further inundate your psychosis.
Mm-hmm. Those things actually
Everything,
problem.
everything in CVS got ingredients. Think
Mm-hmm.
about how crazy that is.
Yeah,
Ingredients on a maxi pad, ingredients on a tampon, ingredients, nigga, it's not food.
it's not food.
It should be one ingredient, cotton, but it
That's
ain't. It's all types of shit. You just slap it up on that motherfucking pussy, and you just acting like it's just everybody else doing it. So
go work an 8 hour shift. The fuck? That's
a
wild.
nigga did a woman didn't even create fucking period wear. A man did.
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. And it makes sense though when you say ashamed, right? Because wasn't Sophia ashamed of Yaldabaoth?
Hmm.
It was like almost immediately after she created him and realized what she did, she almost immediately regretted it.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier, to whereas like when you operate in the space of I could do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you don't understand group economics, all creation is done through a certain protocol that in this parthogenic reality. Even though Sophia didn't have to follow protocol, she should have, but she didn't because when you don't follow protocol, you will create an entity or an energy that's not formally suited to be in like you not competitive enough. Like
Mm-hmm.
and we live in a world where it's like dog eat dog. So the compassion that my mom have had for me It never allowed me to become successful. My mom loved me to death. It never could amount to any success for me.
Mm-hmm.
Her love,
Mm-hmm.
her compassion, her ability to enable and support me. None of that would lead to my success on no level.
None. I mean, it comforts the being in the moment, but
Hmm.
that's it.
When I needed it or when I wanted it, but in reality, though, you need a fucking strategy.
Yeah, because I can't retroactively and go back to my mother's nurturing for me right now.
Nah,
Hmm.
what is the real strategy? And let's not act like we know anything, because like people don't understand the concept of the patriarchy. But you would go to college, you will go to get a job. That's the patriarchy. Where, in reference to who you are as a melanated being, you ain't getting the manager job of the pipe fitting company where the nigga is making 75K to look at different pipes and measure them or some weird shit like that, because you ain't a part of the family that hire everybody in their family to measure pipes. Pause.
Pause.
I was so finna, hey, I was so finna get on ass.
But it fits. It fits like a glove, yo. That interpretation fits, yo, like a glove.
Now, what the fuck do a nigga got to be thinking about to make a tampon?
Yeah, you gonna have to break that down for me, bro, because I can't
What was on your mind, my nigga? Like,
contemplate. I can't contemplate. You know what? I think he was in the bed with one. You know what I'm saying?
listen,
He's like, listen, I'm
listen.
tired of getting up and going getting a towel. I'm tired. You done destroyed all the towels in the crib. Listen, I can't take you nowhere. You're always dripping all over the place. Listen. I'm gonna need a stopgap or something.
This nigga was experimenting and doing all types of stuff. Who was letting this nigga experiment on their ass? Like,
Yeah,
this nigga needed to be stopped.
I
When
want
this
to know
nigga
what
said, "Yo,
I want to know what the prototype looked like.
I don't," when this nigga came into, I want to go back into the past and eradicate this nigga, man. This nigga should have never existed, dog.
We need to do the Back to the Future on his ass.
Yeah, I would go back specifically to this nigga. Like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, stop.
Like who
What the
told
fuck is
you
you
to do that?
doing?
Who told you that was
Yeah,
your job, bro?
women been existing for millions of years, bro, without your invention. Nigga, stop, dog.
Stop, dog.
Free flow, dog. Like, it's a natural body process. Y'all want to be up at work acting like you're not on your period, and you is on your period.
Mm-hmm. This is a fact.
It's the truth.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to
If
be.
if 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 you if you bleeding, if I was bleeding out my nose, I shouldn't be at work. If I'm bleeding consistently for 4 days, my face is bloodied. You think a nigga's gonna go to work? That's what I'm talking about, patriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas would be off work 4 days out the week. What's wrong? This nigga, you on this monthly. Damn. You got a heavy flow or a light flow this month, nigga. This shit fucked up. This shit getting in my mouth. I can't. I need me a goddamn pad. You use a pad or a Tampax, nigga. Like, yeah, this shit keep coming in my mouth, dog. This shit crazy. I can't come to work like this. Wouldn't no nigga go to work if they was bleeding out their nose once every month? Let's keep it a buck.
Nah, let's keep it a whole real buck. Niggas wouldn't go to work if they was bleeding from their phallus neither.
They phallus niggas would be in a fetal position crying like a bitch every month. Be
Every month,
like, be
bro.
like, men don't cry except when they on their monthly and they dick bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong, man? Time of the month. You got a heavy flow or a light flow, my boy.
Yo, that's crazy. That's
You know,
crazy work. That would be the illest
Diddy like the
question ever.
heavy flow.
That would be the illest question ever asked in America. Nigga said you got a heavy flow or a light flow. I'm done. The
That
next
shit
time a nigga say,
crazy.
the next time a nigga say some whole ass shit, that's gonna be my question.
You got a heavy flow or a light flow, my boy, because you acting real pussy right now. So what's going on?
Real JJ right now, my guy.
Like, what's going on with you, man? No, but seriously, y'all be mad at me. Y'all be mad at me like, "Huh, why you gotta say that? This nigga created tampons.
Word.
And y'all didn't say nothing to Dr. Earl Haas. Y'all deal with him. And if he talk back, y'all get an answer from him, then y'all talk to me about what I'm saying. But this nigga, a man, created a tampon.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me. It could only be so y'all could go to work.
Yeah.
It's the only reason that shit was created. So you could work extra days.
Somewhere within his psychology, he thought that that was a good idea, and he had to have
Nah, he loved it. He
it had
loved
to
the
be more than
idea.
him. It had to be more than him because I'm sure the nigga had a factory.
He had a whole corporation of niggas like, you know what, doctor? He figured it out again. This nigga's a genius.
But
We
wasn't it?
gonna be millionaires.
But wasn't it also a dude that came up with the breast milk joint?
What you mean? Oh, the formula.
Yeah, the formula. Wasn't that also a dude?
Uh, I didn't know it, but I would have. If you would have bet me money, I would have bet it was a nigga. The first commercially available. Listen to how ill this shit is. This is how fucked up we are as a fucking society. The first commercial available baby formula was created by a German chemist, Justus von Liebig, in 1865. What was it made of? You might ask. A mixture of cow's milk, wheat, and malt flour. So cow's milk and beer,
Yeah,
potassium
that's exactly.
bicarbonate, which is just salt, and initially sold as a liquid. It was later developed into a powdered form for better preservation. So it's like, yeah, we can survive off cow's milk. That's right and exact. The little infant baby can just give it cow's milk, and I'm sure it'll just be perfectly fine.
This shit is
Some cow's milk, some beer, some salt.
this shit
That's
crazy.
that's a good that's a good that's some good that's a good ass recipe when you
Yeah,
think
that's a
about
dope
it. Like
combination.
That's crazy work.
That's a dope combination. What?
what? If you had four of those things separately, you would look at a motherfucker like, dog, what is you doing? You're not about to give my baby no goddamn salt, beer, bread, and cow's milk.
First of all, nigga, like malt and wheat sound like Yingling, nigga. That's Yingling beer right there.
Bro, that's a brew.
It's a
He
bro.
got the babies drunk from day one.
From day
I'm
one.
like by 10, these babies gonna be chewing tobacco and smoking cigs.
No
Yo,
wonder, no wonder, bro. No wonder the goddamn prohibition was right around the corner. I bet you 1865. I bet you goddamn Al Capone was born around this goddamn time. Say it, watch. And
yeah.
I'm sure this 1899. That nigga got fed formula. I already know. Cause
Mhm.
niggas wasn't giving it up like Al Capone. Cause that nigga something was different about Al Capone. We trying to figure out. We was
They finna
talking about this
do it.
earlier. What's up with them niggas in Chicago?
I
Them
don't
niggas
know.
was drinking
Yeah,
formula,
them niggas was drinking cornmeal. Cornmeal.
drinking beer at an early age.
Yo, you remember? Remember you used to tell us stories? I actually have one with myself included. Where grandma would put some Jack Daniels on your gums when you teething and shit.
I don't remember. I remember that motherfuckers used to just give me beer. I'd be just little. They'd be like, "You want some beer?" I'd be like, "I guess, nigga. What the fuck?" I would be fucking every time. Every time I was around black people,
You
yeah,
said I.
you want some beer? You want some beer? Sure. I don't like the taste of it, but shit, that's what y'all doing. I do it too.
Yo, that's out of pocket, bro. Oh, that's so out of
Niggas love passing me some beer. Dude. Like,
pocket.
like the world have changed ever since I was a little kid for sure. We was doing everything. By the time we was 8, we was doing everything. We was grown.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But nowadays, these kids, they don't even. You go to jail for walking down the street now.
Yeah, yeah. If you stare too long, they gonna pull you over.
Shit, crazy. I seen this video. Of this mom, she got arrested because her kid was walking to the store. Like this shit crazy.
What? Why she got
Yeah.
arrested?
Can't be having your kids walking in the streets like that. It's Venezuelans out here, you ain't know?
Wait a minute. Did you see? Did y'all niggas see the bounty price they put on Venezuelans? Yo,
Oh, they at them niggas though. They at them niggas. I told you. Them niggas was not, they was niggas kicking it this summer. I'm like, them niggas having two, them niggas having a great time. They know them niggas is gonna be back in
listen,
Venezuela.
listen,
Motherfucking soon as nigga.
this
This
is
summer, nigga. They over, it's over.
this is why Trump is undefeated. Nobody else would have thought of that shit. Yo, y'all want them niggas out this country? We gonna put a bounty on them niggas' heads. Look, $700 to $900 for every Venezuelan you turn in. I swear to God.
Shit is crazy.
Let that PPP money run out. Motherfuckers gonna be rounding them niggas.
Everybody gonna be turning into what's that nigga dog the bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Do a
Dog.
bounty hunter dog the bounty hunter ritual. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Tap into his spirit, start catching Venezuelans like goddamn fish. Nah, but for real, don't fuck with the Venezuelans. They got different types of guns. So just like
yeah. Them niggas
just
got guns.
observe
Them niggas got guns.
observe from a distance.
Yeah, they got guns you can't pronounce. Leave that alone, pleb.
Nah, lead them Venezuelans alone. I just kid.
Yeah, we just
Bring
playing
me
the
bring me my DoorDash on time because
word.
it say Chelsea delivered, but it's a nigga that look like Hector, and I'm like, what the fuck, duh?
I
Why
don't want
is this
no.
always
I
it's
don't want no
always
cartel
Chelsea?
smoke. I don't want no cartel smoke. I don't want no Venezuelan smoke. I don't want none of that smoke. Word
Oh
up.
no, I would never, man.
I am
I
good.
don't even think they scared of America.
No, they
You
not.
ask me.
They not. Listen, anybody that will run across a border butt ass naked with nothing, like in the middle of the night, is not afraid of you. Like them niggas, listen, man. Them niggas is not listen, they play by a different set of rules. Like you know them niggas that they got run around with them S vests on? Yeah. Mm-hmm. They just play by a different set of rules, and I'm not a part of it. Like I don't even want to be a part of it. Word up. All I do is smile and wave, my nigga, and keep pushing. Like,
Nah, I know them niggas. They might be 5'4", but pure terror. I just be like, yo, what's up, Hector?
yep.
All good over here.
Mm,
Hola.
Pepe,
You know what I'm
Pepe.
saying? I just keep it moving, man, because they got a certain little darkness behind the soul. You know, they say the eyes is the windows to the soul. Well,
absolutely.
they don't got one. You know,
They
what
don't
I'm saying?
got them niggas don't
They
got
don't got a
windows.
soul.
They don't got
There ain't no
windows.
window. That shit blacked out, man. So you know, you just gotta figure it out. Like you gotta just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it's a certain type of a person that would operate as a cartel would operate. The niggas is different level horrible, bro.
Mm-hmm. And you got to be careful with niggas that's willing to do anything to get what they want. You gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
you gotta, yeah, cause they ain't like you. Remember Kendrick Lamar said they not like us? Like,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah. Everybody likes to talk about going there until you really meet a nigga that's willing to go there.
Yeah, niggas be like, I'm going to goddamn Mexico. I'll be like, for what, nigga?
Yep.
What you going to Mexico for?
Like, all right, I hope you make it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I hope you have
good, good, good luck, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought you said you going to fucking Compton. Oh no, you said Mexico. My fault. I thought you said you was going to fucking
good
Compton,
luck.
nigga. No,
Good luck.
have fun. Like,
Shit.
yeah, I mean, it's different now. It's a different place. It's a different world, and it never was all good. But I was saying it earlier. I ain't finished my point because we don't have the checks and balances. We just add and 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 add. Is going to make us one of the most saddest civilizations known to man because we didn't know how to release and let go of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is where the materialism is gonna get us in one of the worst predicaments that we ever in because we just at this point completely cut off to nature. You know what I'm saying? Everything we talk about is how we as black people have a different level of energy and entities against us. It's other black people. And it's
Mm-hmm.
always been other black people, but
Mm-hmm.
we too nice and kind to see it.
Yeah, and you don't want to get kicked out the club for telling on the club, right? Niggas
For
don't
telling
want
the truth.
Niggas don't want to get kicked out the club for telling the truth, bro. That's why you won't tell on that nasty ass uncle in your family. That's why you won't tell on your trifling ass cousins. That's why you won't tell on them niggas that you sold drugs with. That's why. You don't want to get in trouble for telling the truth. We are the only community on earth that you get in trouble for telling the truth. Or rather, fear of telling the truth is greater than the fear of people finding out all of this trifling shit that's being covered up. Like people would rather get found out for covering some shit up than feel some type of way for telling the truth. And that's crazy.
So, and then again, I don't think that is doom and gloom. I don't think that is negative. I think that the truth will actually set you free, but you got to also understand if is the information truthful or not. How do you differentiate what's truthful or not? If it comes from your soul, it's true. If it comes from outside of your soul, it could be missing a few key details in
Mm-hmm.
reference to where you need to be going and what you need to be doing. So what we need to learn is not how to have discernment or disseminate what's happening on the external, but we really need to get into a system where we're able to see what is happening specifically within us. Because my wife had asked me a question about, she was asking, like, why do men do certain things that they do? Is talk about something specific. But I told her, when you do not have an internal guidance system, you're willing to do anything for validation. And
Mm-hmm.
you never know for sure if that thing you're doing is the right thing. And the only way you know if that thing you're doing is the right thing is if you internally guide it and you have a strong function with an internal guidance system.
Mm-hmm.
And that you just don't get it naturally. It comes from development.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we learn spiritual development so we could actually grow and be internally guided versus just doing everything because our fucking uncles do it or our
Mm-hmm.
brother do it. You know what I'm saying? We just like going with the flow because we just seen everybody do it. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What are you supposed to do? You need to cultivate that. You need to figure that part out.
Yeah, it is discernment, but it's inner discernment. It's the diff
Hmm.
it's the difference between that soul voice and that ego voice. Nine times out of ten, the majority of the voice that you hear is not the soul. That's that ego. It's actually your enemy. But I digress
Hmm.
because that shit has a lifespan. That shit has a timeline. That shit is finite. Whereas, your most important parts are infinite. So, and
It just takes some time.
it's difficult, bro. Yeah, it's difficult for you to
Hmm.
get the difference in frequencies in those voices. It's difficult.
It's not easy. It's worth talking about. I'll say that.
Even when you start doing dream work or trying to understand your dreams or even be conscious, all that stuff takes time.
When you think about it, the ego always believes and thinks it's right. The soul is not concerned with being right or wrong or indifferent at all. The soul is just concerned with what's best for the being. So you get into a back and forth about who's in charge and who's in the lead, then nine times out of ten, that's the ego, because the ego is the only one who cares about placement.
As you should. All right, man. About to tap out.
We
Get
ran the
ready for tomorrow. Get ready for tomorrow. What's some closing words I want to say to the family before we get up out of here?
start respecting your woman's menstrual cycle if you have one. And women, if you don't have a man, you need to start respecting that cycle yourself. And if you need some help, if you're looking for some insight, we got the womb doctors over here. So check out Hood Mystic and whiterabbitpsych.com, colombianexchange.com. They definitely have something for womb care, womb education, and I would refer every one of my family members to them. So I would say get on that. Again, colombianexchange.com, whiterabbitpsych.com. And also be on the lookout for some more products coming through the Flame On shop. And yeah, I appreciate you guys allowing us this space, even though it's a late one. It was still a good one.
Ashe.
Yes, sir. Any closing words, AD?
The most spiritual thing you can do is really focus on your dreams.
Type shit, man.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all.
peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. We'll see y'all in future videos. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like it, share, subscribe to the channels as we begin to grow and develop this content. Hope you enjoyed this message and are able to share this message, because that is the way that we could grow the most, is if people share our content. So it takes you 3 seconds to do so. The social medias, DM somebody. Hey, I just seen this dope video on YouTube. I think you should check it out. Very simple gesture, but mean a lot to us as independent content creators, just looking for different ways to grow. But we appreciate you and thank you in advance for your support. And yeah, with all that being said, hope everybody have a great night.